Who put out this thing that like your 30s or when everything starts to make sense? There are certain things I guess you sort out, but it just makes me think of like, oh, like, I don't know if there ever is that
sureness.
Yeah, like.
Hello, listeners. Welcome back to Growing Up. And watchers, you know, I like the watchers. I like the listeners. I do both with podcasts. Some podcasts, I want to see their faces. Some podcasts, I want to hear their voices. So whichever you're doing today, thanks for being here. We are all still growing up. It never ends. My mom says that all the time. She's like, I'm still growing up. And that's a beautiful thing. Today on the pod, I have someone I've wanted to meet for a while, and I'm so glad I get to sit down and talk with her. We have a lot of mutuals and mutual interests. She's an incredible singer-songwriter and actress, part of the Scott Fellows family. She has a new record coming out called Quitter. She just got off tour, and it's our first time meeting, even though we've known of each other for quite a while. With me in the studio today is Caitlin Tarver.
Hello.
Hi.
I felt like I had to be so quiet during that.
I know. I actually wanted to keep going just to see how long you would...
I was just like...
Am I allowed to duck?
Yes, but it's so good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming
on. We don't know how we avoided each other for so long.
Yeah.
Avoided meeting.
Exactly. It's like we have a lot of mutual Big Time Rush people, Scott Fellows, many. Obviously, and just like Nickelodeon music. We have a lot of crossover.
Been in the same universe for a long time, but here we are.
Here we are now.
Here we are now.
Finally in person.
Meant to be. Yeah.
Do you still keep in touch with the Big Time Rush friends?
I do. I actually called Kendall on the way here because I was like, hey, I'm doing your friend Devin's podcast. Like, I just like realized I was just like, I don't know, you like to get a little...
You wanted a
prep.
little,
like not that
little, like,
what is he going to tell me? Like, but it just felt like I needed a little bit of a like, hey, should I know anything? Is this going to be fine? And he was like, I'm in Vermont, like, like setting up my new condo. And I was just, or I don't know if he wants everyone to know that, but yeah. So I chatted with him really quick. But like, we don't like keep in constant touch. But every time we see each other, it's kind of like that no time has passed type of feeling.
Yep. Same with me and Kendall. I don't see him for long times, but he's like, kind of like family.
When you go through stuff like we've went through together, you just kind of are bonded for life. So
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Will you tell me, I mean, I'm so glad we get to talk. Will you tell me about your Scott Fellows journey?
I just love him so much.
I know.
I mean, doesn't everybody?
He's the best man.
He's the best. I mean, I don't know, like I was... You know, I played Joe on the show, Kendall's girlfriend, and I was sort of a recurring character. So I would come in and out like throughout the season. So it was always that kind of thing where you're like, I don't know what episodes I'm going to be in.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just kind of like standing by, doing other things. Yeah. But, you know, like every time I was there, it was just honestly so much fun.
Yeah.
And I think I was able to sort of have that experience with it because I wasn't there every day, all day, week after week. I could kind of pop in and out and be like, what a magical little world this is, you guys, right? Cool, I'm going to go away for a few more weeks and come back whenever I'm wanted next.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was nice in that way. Yeah, it just was great. But Scott, I don't know. I was always kind of interested, like, oh, Scott, like, why did you cast me? What did I do? Because, you know, like in the pilot, I mean, there were like recasts and stuff of the boys and all that.
Yep.
But I was in the like original pilot.
Wow.
When Kendall wasn't even in the cast.
Wow.
But my character at that time, it wasn't like fully fleshed out what it was going to be. So I just had like one line in the pilot. And it was one of those things where I was like, I don't know if this show will come back around for me or if it will even get picked up or whatever. But since it had to go through all these recasts and stuff, it was like I went and did the pilot, said my little one line, and then it was like a year later I got the call that was like, hey, do you want to come do another episode of the show? So yeah, it was great. But Scott was just like, you said the line, you said the line
really
differently than
line.
Like everyone else.
That'll do it.
And I was like, oh, okay, great.
I mean, Scott knows, he knows who he likes and what he wants, even off something as simple as one line. It's like a beautiful quality he has.
I know.
Of seeing what he wants for his shows, like off not a lot.
I know. And I was so like new to the whole world of acting and just being in LA and on sets and all that stuff.
Yeah, this was your first acting gig, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And so he was like a great person to have in that
Yes.
Experience of just being like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes.
But I feel like I can't really reveal that I don't know what I'm doing because I'm supposed to know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be a professional because I'm hired. Yeah.
And so he was really, I don't know, like good about, he's very hands-on with like what he wants.
Very hands-on.
Which some actors are like, don't
tell me what to do.
Like I need to express it how I want. But I was just like, yeah, how do you want me to say it, Scott? Give me a line reading. I'm totally happy with that.
Yeah,
which he was happy to do.
Oh yeah.
And so
yeah, Scott's got a tone and a rhythm that he wants. He's like, I don't want to give you a line reading, but here's the line reading.
Like this. Yeah. And I was always like, cool, I can do that. I know how to work with that.
Yeah, he did that all Neds. Yeah. And honestly, I was never upset about it.
I know. It was just like, cool, great. I mean,
you want it like that? Great.
It is funny.
It's fun.
It's funny.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
That was always the thing. I would love to argue, but you're right. That's hilarious.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Guys, there's fun things out there on the internet. And they give us a lot of amusement, but they also are after our money. And those AI fad photo apps, they get me because I see everyone posting like, oh, look your AI prom. Oh, look your AI in space. And I'm like, I want those photos. And then you go download that app and it's like free 3-day trial, cancel anytime, but then automatically pay for the entire year of this app that you're never going to use again. And maybe you're like me and you're like, cool, I'm going to get it for these photos and then I'm going to remember to cancel it. Ha ha ha. I showed them. Nope. Because I forgot to cancel and they automatically charged me for a year. And that's what happens when I try and organize all of my subscriptions and my apps and my finances and my bills, when I try and organize it all in a running catalog in my head. Rather than, let's say, use a service that makes it easy to see all of my subscriptions and see my bills and see what money's coming in and coming out and helps me easily cancel them with one click of a button and helps me lower my bills. What's better, overloading my brain or using a service that makes life easier for me? We know what the answer is. I'm so glad I'm sponsored by Rocket Money because that's what got me to sign up. I had heard about it for years and just like put it off because I'm like, no, I got it. I'm fine. I can just keep this all in my head. When the truth is I can't. Rocket Money has made my life so much easier and just made organizing my finances and my subscriptions kind of effortless. They do the work for me. It's an easy to use interface. It's easy to sign up. Yeah, it's just a tool for life. Like, quit trying to build your life with bad tools. Quit making life so hard on yourself. Make it easier. Use the tools available to you. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and manage your money an easier way by going to rocketmoney.com/growingup. You're going to elevate your financial game and support this podcast. And we love you for it. So trust me, go to rocketmoney.com/growingup and handle your business.
Yeah. Love Scott.
Yeah. Love him. He's the best. I feel very fortunate to have ended up on a show with him.
Me too.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. He just creates an incredible atmosphere.
And you realize as you go and do more shows and work on other projects, like how, that can be rare.
Yeah.
To like get along with someone like that. And, to feel kind of safe. And I think we were like all kids.
Yeah.
Kind of. But
yeah, you guys were a little
okay,
older.
Maybe we weren't kids at all.
Yeah, you weren't a kid.
All right. Sorry. It still made me feel safe.
He treated us all like
we were
like
kind
his
of
kids.
Children.
Yeah. Yeah, even if you were in your late teens.
Exactly.
We were his kids.
Yes, we were his kids.
Yeah.
Will be.
Yeah, I think he definitely sees on Ned's, we were for sure kids.
Yeah.
Big Time Rush, like you guys were a little bit older.
We were a little older, yeah.
But still to him, it probably was that.
Right. And the like content of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Was, yeah.
And those boys got to come back around and crush a massive tour and new music. And
who do they think they are?
Who do they think they are?
You can just have a little comeback?
Yeah.
And absolutely kill it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, they're going to live that life. No, I'm so proud of them. I was so stoked to see it.
Same. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm having this weird thing with like my Ned's podcast coming back around as well. This weird cycle of something that was in the past, but still obviously very prevalent in my life.
Yeah.
Coming back around to this like current iteration, and it actually like adding a lot to my life and bringing a lot of energy and creativity, and like watching Kendall and them go through that as well.
Yeah.
Where Big Time Rush was kind of over and kind of in a lull, and they weren't making stuff.
Right.
But it was always out there, that possibility.
I know. Yeah, it's cool to like see things come back around and kind of the nostalgia around everything. And just, I don't know, I think like once you have some distance from it, you realize how much people loved it.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't, in the moment, it's hard to feel like what kind of impact it's having.
For sure.
Is it actually that success? I don't know. At least like for me, for them, obviously it was very clear, but it's been cool to even see it for my character and for me, like for people to come up and be like, you were my childhood. And I'm like, really? Like, that's so cool.
What a nice feeling, right?
I know. I mean, it makes you feel old, but once you get over that.
Sure. You gotta let go of that.
You
gotta let go of that.
You gotta let go of that. But yeah, it's really sweet.
Yeah, we're similar in age, I think. And I don't know, getting up into my 30s like has been an incredible, strange journey that I ultimately have enjoyed. I like getting older, I think.
Yeah.
Do you like growing up? Have you liked growing up?
What an insane question.
Mm-hmm.
Not insane, but
insane?
You're insane. How dare you ask me that?
How old are you? Do you like it?
How old are you, and are you happy about it? Yeah, I have. I mean, I
don't believe you.
Okay, I hate it. What if I'm just like, no, I haven't.
Your voice went up. Yeah, I like growing up.
No, I don't know. I think it's interesting. I feel like, I think trying to get that perspective of seeing like it's a privilege to get older and to sort of, it comes with its challenges and confusing parts. But
For sure.
It's like just kind of trying to have a big picture view of life and to see like, oh, it's actually a privilege to get older. Some people don't get to. And kind of trying to take the good with the like uncertainty and the unknowns and the picture of your life you thought you were going to have, and then that it not being like that, and what do you do with that, and how do you pivot, and I don't know, all that stuff. It's all heavy and
it's a lot.
It's life. But yeah, I think being in my 30s, I just turned 34.
Happy
the
birthday.
Other day. Kendall and I have the same birthday.
I didn't know that. Happy birthday.
How funny is that?
That is so funny.
I am a year older than
Twinsies.
him.
Yeah.
So but I'm having this experience where it's like, oh, like there's this kind of, I feel like there's this idea that like once you reach your 30s, like everyone promotes it as like, oh, your 30s? They're great. You don't care anymore. You know who you are, like all this stuff. And I'm kind of like, cool. Like, when does that kick in? Because like, I'm in my 30s and
you still care.
Confused than ever. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, there are certain things I guess you sort out, but I don't know. I just find it lately. That's my rant I'm on. Is kind of like, who put out this thing that like your 30s or when everything starts to make sense? It's like, I don't know. And so it just makes me think of like, oh, like, I don't know if there ever is that
sureness.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there are moments of that, but I think life is just ups and downs.
I think so too.
And so I don't know, but I just kind of think that's a little bit of a funny.
That's so funny. I mean, I get what they're saying.
Totally.
Like in my 30s, I feel like I know more about myself and know more about my yeses and nos. I do care less what other people think of me. It's more on what I think of me.
Yeah.
And there's also plenty aspects of life that I'm even more confused about.
Right.
Like,
right.
I'm both more together and more a mess.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's
it's
a good way
all
to
of
put
it.
Yeah,
it's all of it.
Not some magical decade that like all of a sudden is like cool, smooth sailing.
I'm hoping by the end of my 30s, it feels like a magical decade.
Yeah,
where I built a lot and I figured a lot out, and like, I set myself up in ways like
I think it's always with perspective. You can look back on, chunks of your life and be like, oh, I know what that was now. Or
exactly.
I can see it more clearly. So I think that definitely will happen.
Yeah, I'm hoping 39 feels like that because 29 felt like what have I done?
I know.
What is my life? And
know.
like,
no, the
do I mean anything?
But did you have the experience when you turned like 30 that you were like, oh, I'm young again?
No.
I did.
You felt young again?
I just was like, oh, I'm at the beginning. Like I was like, I'm young. I'm 30. Like I'm a child again. Like, you know what I mean? It's like 29. You're like, oh my God. Like I'm turning 30. Oh no. And then I turned 30 and I was like, oh my God, it restarted. I'm at the beginning of the decade.
Yes, there is something to that.
Yeah.
There is something to that. But first I was like lamenting.
Yeah, no.
But I turned 30 in 2021. I turned 30 like in still kind of pandemic strange times.
That's weird.
It was weird.
I turned 30 right before the pandemic.
Awesome. When the world was still innocent.
I was like, woo, things are going up for me.
The whole world's going up.
We're going up, you guys. It's a new decade.
I think I would have felt that if it was 2019.
Maybe so. Maybe that.
But
that
like
was
coming out of those 2 years and then turning 30, I was like,
that's really weird.
Where am I?
Yeah.
And what am I doing?
That's really heavy.
It was heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was heavy. But now I'm okay.
Good.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah. No, it's good. But yeah, I don't know. I think generally, to answer your question, I do like growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know more things.
We know more things. And knowing more about yourself is the point.
What did you mess up in your 20s?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
These questions.
Yeah.
What did I mess up?
Yeah. Or like what did you get wrong in your 20s?
That's such a big question.
Here, I'll give you my answer so you can think.
Okay.
You know, like, well, I did phrase that in a way that makes it difficult to answer, so I don't blame you for thinking right now. But because I would say, like, I didn't get this wrong. I just it took till like 27, 28 to start learning how to not be this. But like for so much of my 20s, I just didn't have a lot of boundaries. I didn't have a good sense of boundaries with myself or others. Like I was a people pleaser.
Yeah.
So there's so many instances in my life where I was leading myself into situations that maybe weren't the best for me or letting people take advantage in certain ways because I just had no boundaries. I had no sense of like telling people no or where I ended and they began. You know what I mean? So when I look back, I guess it's not a mess up because I couldn't have learned it any other way. I had to go through it to become who I am now.
Exactly.
But like that, like spent time probably in situations that I could have ended a little sooner or could have skipped working or creating a relationship with this person because I just wasn't holding a boundary in myself. I wasn't being clear about what I wanted.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. But yeah, as you were talking, it's just like, it's hard for me to look back and be like, oh, I did that wrong. Because like you said, it's like you can't know. You're really, like you just are living how you think you should in the moment. And then, yeah, with that perspective, you're like, oh, I know much more now about, am I doing this for other people or am I doing it for myself? But it takes like a long time to like even get to know yourself at all. And so I don't know. I think I've been able to figure out how to have a lot of like, I guess like cut myself a lot of slack in that department because it's just like, I do always feel like I was doing the best I could with what I knew at the time. And yeah, like I wish I would have made certain different choices. But like you said, it's like you can't really know you wish you would have until you're
on the other side of the wrong choice. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think it's like a valid thing to ask.
We got to elevate our lives, friends. Use better tools, support better businesses. This episode is sponsored by Henson Shaving. I love their razor, and I love that they set out to make an amazing razor, not an amazing razor business. Like, it's not cheap materials. It's not plastic. They're not signing you up for a subscription service. It's not one of the store-bought razors that hide the $30 refill razors behind a locked case. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal. What they did was they made an incredibly engineered metal razor that will last you a lifetime, and all you do is replace the razor blades, which are cheap. $5 a year in razor blades. I love this business. I love what they've designed. They set out to make something quality that works and that helps like us, the consumer, because of the thin razor that they use and how they've designed it. I don't get razor burn. I'm not getting rashes. It's really smooth to use, clog free, like easy to clean. I'm just a huge fan of this product. It's gonna save you money. That's like first and foremost. Once you get this razor, it will save you money because razor refills are expensive, and the little plastic dingy razors, they're trash. It's also like filling up our landfills, you know what I mean? Because you need to replace them all the time. So if you want to upgrade your life and support this podcast, you got to get yourself a Henson razor. Thank you to Henson Shaving for changing my razor game, and it's time for you guys to do the same. Go to hensonshaving.com/growingup to pick the razor and use code GROWINGUP at checkout to get 100 free blades that will last you years. Make sure you put both the razor and the 100 blade pack in your cart, and then use code GROWINGUP at checkout to get the promotion. Seriously, this is going to change your shaving game, and you'll help support the pod. Thanks, Henson.
It's hard for me to have like a real concrete answer because, yeah, like once you start talking about it, you're like, but I guess I couldn't have really known.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I think like a lot of the things I think about are just kind of like, oh, like I could have trusted myself way more. Like I think I always tend to be like, well, everyone knows better than me about life, about career, about this thing, about that thing. So I was always like, well, what can you teach me? Like, I'm here to learn. And I think that was like, you know, for me trying to make sure I didn't mess up. So if someone wiser than me told me what to think or do, then I would be like, okay, I need to do that because that means right choice, right path, like no mistakes, no hard times. And that's just not really how you build a life for you. I don't know. It's just like you eventually hit a wall where you're like, what do I want? Like I have to sort of be in the driver's seat here.
Yep.
So
dude, that's so, yeah. That's so huge. That's such a thing.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of transitioning from adolescence to adulthood is not deferring what right is, what good is, what to do. You actually have to build a sense of it yourself and make your choices. And then you learn. When you made the choice, you learn.
You own it.
Whatever way it goes, you actually learn something.
Yeah.
When you deferred your answer to someone else and you did what they said, then it goes wrong or right. You actually don't learn anything. You don't know what happened because you didn't like build the decision yourself. So you don't know how you got there. You're just like, so-and-so told me to do that.
Right.
Maybe it worked. Maybe it didn't.
Maybe it didn't. Yeah.
But if it didn't, then you really didn't learn because you're like, oh, all I learned maybe is don't listen to that person. But that's not learning. Exactly. That's not learning what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I think that was like the biggest and kind of something I'm still going through now and trying to unpack and learn about.
Same. I think that's why I gotta unpack the suitcase. Hello, have you seen my baggage?
All these terms I hate.
Hello, have you seen my baggage? Let's unpack.
Yuck.
I think that's a big part of why people say that thing about their 30s is
you're right.
Is that thing is
you're right. Yeah.
Less deferring to other people, more trust of self.
But people don't talk about how hard that is.
Oh, it's so hard every time.
How scary it is.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or they do, but you don't get it until you actually
take it upon yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. Making our own decisions, like trusting what we think should happen.
Yeah.
Especially in like, you know, if you're in a creative life, like there's opinions about everything from everyone. But in our field, there is no right answer. There's no right. There's no objective answer to anything we do.
No, it's terrible.
But 15 people will tell you there is. Oh, you have to do it this way. You have to make a music video and then put it out 3 weeks later and then do it like this and,
then
when
it
like
doesn't do anything, they're like, oh, well, that's what I thought you should do.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what? I put everything in that. What you advice, like, exactly. And I'm blaming you now.
You told me I had to do it to reach my dreams.
Yeah.
And now I've lost money and sleep and my soul and nothing happened.
No one cares.
Oh, how much have I done that? Goodness,
I know. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like I did like a singer-songwriter stuff for a long time and I put out a ton of music and like I stand by it all, but I never got it off the ground in the way that I wanted to. It just felt so independent and like an island of my own the whole time. I never got it up, you know? I never got it up sailing, it felt like, where like the
I am not going to let that pass me by.
Wow.
Don't edit it out.
We're new friends, and you're just going to fucking... Holy shit.
Sorry.
I see where your humor lies.
I had to. All right? It would have been...
For those who missed it, Caitlin...
Rewind it.
Just
go
rewind
back to
it.
10-second thing.
Yep, just rewind it, and you'll catch...
I'm so sorry about that.
I'm trying to make a point about
you
my
really were
shortcomings in my art. Oh, well, that still works. Damn it. I gotta go.
I'm so sorry. I really derailed your like authentic sharing, vulnerable, and I just made a complete...
No, let's talk about my erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
This is a different, on a very special episode of Growing Up with
We get raw, we get honest, vulnerable.
Fuck!
Oh, sorry.
My coffee. I'm not talking.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm just gonna drink my caffeine and cry inside.
No, but your EP.
I could never get my music career hard.
Oh, yes. I get that.
Is your music career hard?
Oh my God, is it?
Damn.
No, I could never get mine up either. No,
really? That's a lie. I feel like
Oh,
I feel like you got a nice thing going.
We got to end this metaphor.
I can't get off it.
It is.
It keeps going.
It keeps going. Oh gosh. Okay.
No, so you just got off tour. So how many times did you come?
Let's be serious. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
You did this to us.
I take full responsibility.
You did this to us.
I do take full responsibility. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, touring, music. I'm sorry. Yeah. No,
Look, I was just saying.
Yeah, but you try things and you put yourself out there and you want it to, I don't even know if you fully know what you want. You're just kind of like, I want recognition, I guess, for this thing I'm doing. But like, what does that even mean? What number is high enough? Like, what amount of people listening is good? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, anyway, so I don't know. I think I
was talking about that with AJR the other day.
Yeah.
Like, they were saying a similar thing. Like, like they're about to do like an arena tour. Like they're on a major level, 5th album. But even with them, like we're kind of talking about, there's no end. Like there's no.
And I feel like every like major celebrity who's like huge and like winning Oscars and whatever, like I feel like their biggest thing they talk about is like it doesn't change things like fully, like it doesn't make you fully happy, or it doesn't it's not this like secret magic code that finally gets revealed to you and you're like, cool, I guess, like smooth sailing. I don't know. I'm just so fascinated by that about life and about ambition and just like going after something, knowing that it's not gonna like, I don't know, like be the answer to all of your questions. Like,
sure.
I don't know. So,
but it's an answer to some of them. Like if you're creative, which I know you are, like it is like a calling. We say it like
totally.
Like there is something that drives me forward. I'm not even making it up fully. Like something is on my heart or whatever.
For sure.
There's something that says go make music and like put it out.
Yeah.
Like it pulls me in a direction, but no, it's not the answer to anything.
No, but it is an experience of like, as I went out on tour, recently and even last year, opening up for a lot of bands and just like getting to, sing my songs in front of people and experience the connection and then talk to people after and have them be like, this song helped me make sense of something in my life, or, like really helped me, or said something in a way I'd never known how to say it. Like that has become what's important to me, at least, like, and not doing it in the sense of like, oh, like I hope, whatever.
No.
I'm not even going to add a disclaimer.
Yeah, no.
Like,
I get that.
Yeah.
What
like
a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And so I think it's just motivated me to even like what we're talking about now, like all these questions about life and uncertainty and growing up and what does it all mean and all that I just kind of try to funnel into my music now and
Beautiful.
Try and express myself in that way in hopes that someone else can hear it and feel like, oh, I'm not the only one with these questions or these doubts or whatever. And I don't know, like I think that has become, or what I try and keep it about, you know, it's
Beautiful.
like expressing myself, truly trying to create something that will hopefully connect with someone.
Yeah.
And like,
no, that's
not trying to, I think like trying my hardest to let go of like the outcome or, you know, detach my self-worth from it and all that stuff because it's just like, yeah, like chasing after that validation is like always going to be endless pursuit of just, I don't know, like
that's a pit
not
of
enough.
Despair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's constant not enough.
Yeah.
If you really need the validation.
Yeah.
It's such a confusing game because you do need some numbers.
For
like
sure.
you do need it
To
because
keep
otherwise,
doing it.
keep doing it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know.
Right. If no one's kind of coming up to you and being like, wow, this song is good.
Yeah, then you're like,
okay, well, I might want to reconsider some things.
Exactly. So it's a weird balance of
totally
needing some recognition from it.
For sure.
But if you fucking stake your worth in it, which I think we all have done at times.
Oh, yeah. And
even accidentally. And then you're like, oh, all of a sudden, I feel like a piece of shit.
Or I feel like I can fly.
The other side of it.
I can do anything and I'm amazing.
I'm incredible.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, God.
Dude, you're right. That other side of it is an equal trap for the soul. Like equal size trap.
Yeah.
Is I'm amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at me on stage making you feel.
Yeah, it's all can be gross in its own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta find that balance.
Yeah.
Will you tell me about your new record?
Yeah. It's called Quitter.
Wow, so you have a strong message,
it's
huh?
Positive, it's uplifting. No, but that song actually is. That's kind of what I like
telling
about
people to quit their dreams, right?
It's telling people to give up, pack it up, go away.
Don't have standards.
Yeah, just
float along.
Get rid of it all. No, that song is actually one of the most empowering songs on the album.
Perfect.
Believe it or not. It's the lyric is like, it's kind of nice to be a quitter, giving up on who I thought that I had to be. So it's sort of like, I don't know, like what we were talking about earlier, which is just sort of like the expectations I've put on myself of my life and the way it should look and just who I should be, who others expect me to be, who I expect me to be, like all those sort of like just things that were put on you as kids and as you're growing up and trying to find yourself, like just kind of trying to shed those expectations. And so that's kind of what that song's about. And I just liked it as a umbrella for the album because, yeah, a lot of the songs are me working through all of this stuff, you know, that we're talking about. It's like getting into your 30s, like trying to figure out who you are, trying to figure out how you've, like not known parts of yourself and all the, I don't know, just like all the kind of self-discovery and questions and doubts you have along the way.
Yeah.
It's kind of what the album is
Awesome.
about.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's I kind of am, as I'm putting it out and just kind of like reflecting on it, it's kind of making me laugh because it's a lot of feelings that are hard to feel and like look at. And I was just like, oh, why don't I just make a whole album about feelings that people are trying to actively avoid?
Perfect. And sing it night after night.
But I don't know, if you're kind of in a phase of life where, you know, you're having some of that, like maybe it can be a friend to you.
Yeah, no, it will be. We're all going through that in different cycles. So like for sure that music will be needed and soothing.
I hope.
I feel like this podcast is that for people. It's like a little like soothing reflection,
Nice.
reminder of what we're all going through. And I think your music is definitely that for people. I've seen people post videos from your shows like they're like crying with you. I'm like, what a beautiful thing.
So sweet. I know. It's really cool.
Even though I'm on a new track with music now, that's going to be a different thing, electronic synths and all that.
Ooh.
I have such a love for what a special thing when you get to play acoustic guitar in a room full of people and it's silent.
Yeah.
I know you've experienced it because I've seen people like, post your shit.
Yeah.
where that thing where the whole fucking moment and the whole room, you can feel it in any break that you have in the song. Like you just feel that kind of suspended listening. I love that. It's magic. It's magic. And it really does heal people.
Oh gosh. I mean, yeah, it's really special. And I definitely consider it a real privilege to be able to do it. And for anyone to, I said it on stage every night on tour, but I'm just like, for anyone to buy a ticket and like drive down here and find parking and like make plans to be here and just sort of all get to have this experience together was like, it was healing for me too. So yeah it's really cool.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a quote a long time ago and it's stayed with me as like the purpose of art is to make people feel like they're not alone.
Yeah.
And like, that's it. That's it in its purest form. Of course, we have sides of the industry we need to pursue and
we want to
try and make a fucking living. Yeah, we want money.
Mansions.
Yeah, duh.
Jets.
Duh. Oh, so we have the same goals.
Yeah.
Mansions, jets.
Yeah, we wonder why we're unfulfilled.
Yeah. But yeah, in its purest form, if you can just like make someone feel more here.
Right.
Great.
Great.
It's great.
No, it truly is. Yeah.
I'm excited to hear the record. It comes out when?
Thank you. February 9th.
Cool. Perfect.
Yes.
For everyone in their winter depression. That's the right time to drop this record.
Oh my God, that's true.
Yeah. I also
maybe it'll carry him into the spring.
Yeah. No, exactly. You drop into your feels in February and like feel it all, get in there, and then let the flowers bloom. Let the spring sprung, you know?
Wow. I'm laying the soil for the flowers to bloom.
That's right. But I really love this. I love this concept of quitter that you put out there. Because of course we all know the kind of conversation and conditioning around not being a quitter, around sticking things out, right?
Yes.
Hustling and just keep going and go after it.
And
which is, of course, we get why that's there. But there is this other side of like, as we grow up, like knowing what things to just fucking, if you're holding on tight and trying to make something work or holding on to an identity that maybe was put upon you by a time in your life, parents, college, whatever it is. Like there are times where, and it will happen throughout our lives, where you just have to fucking let go. Stop trying to be it.
Yes.
Just let go. Quit.
Yes. Quit.
Like I love that. It's hard, I think, for a lot of us to let ourselves quit anything.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because you're like, no, then that means I'm a failure.
Yeah. And you don't know who you are outside of that identity or that thing or whatever. So it's a lot of unknowns, which is just the scariest thing ever because you don't know.
Yeah, what's on the other side of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it felt, it was a really like exciting song to write. And I think it's like, I don't know, I just think it'll be a song that even for me in my own journey will be a song that kind of hits me differently in different times of my life, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always been drawn to like, I don't know, like every time someone is really, I'm all here for motivation and go after it and get after it. I don't know. I like it, but it does feel like a lot of pressure. And I just think it sets people up to feel, like just always like they're missing the mark.
Less than?
Yeah. And it's just, for me, that's what it felt like. And I don't know. I just kind of wanted to, I just love being able to put anything out there that is like, you're enough, like
for
without
real.
these accomplishments, without this person, without this like thing, without this
For
thing you
real.
thought you needed, like, you know, like you're doing your best. Like, I don't know. I've just kind of always been drawn to that type of thing. And that makes me feel more motivated than someone who's like, grind, wake up, fucking kill it. Like, I'm just like,
5 a.m. push-ups.
like, I didn't do that.
Call
like,
your financial advisor.
Yeah, like, and I don't know, like, I'm sure I can swing sometimes too far in the quitter direction.
The chill direction? Me too, brother.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, I know how I felt when I hear someone speak about like, yeah, I actually don't do that. Or I didn't keep that habit. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's some really like type A people And there's probably certain ambitions that's maybe just what you have to do and be for a while to get where you want to go. Like just that fucking like take no for an answer, just grind.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't, I'm too sensitive.
Yeah.
If I put all that on myself, and not just myself, but like my tender dreams,
right?
You know, my emotional tender desires for my world and art,
right?
If I put all that energy on it, then I hate it.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I hate it, and I hate doing it.
Right, which we can't have that.
Can't have that. Oh my God.
That. No.
It's a privilege to pursue art for a living.
Oh my God.
If I hate doing it, I'll go get a 9-to-5. Like, what am I doing if I'm hating pursuing art?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
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 Yuck.
But I do hate it sometimes.
Of course. Of course. How could you not? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thanks. Yeah. I'm excited about that song. I'm proud of it.
I'm excited to hear the whole record.
I grabbed my guitar. Well, I can play it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a guitar.
I know. I almost brought mine for you, and I almost sprung it upon you.
Thank God you didn't.
I have yet to do it on the pod yet, but I do know a lot of musicians that like I'd like to have do a little acoustic. Yeah, like a little acoustic set would be nice, but we just haven't gotten there yet.
We haven't.
And I didn't want to put it on Denisha to like, hey, I need you to mix a live. I need you to mix a live performance right now.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just spring that on you on a Monday, Denisha. So
that's kind.
Next time.
Yes.
Do you know Dylan Dunlap, by the way?
Oh, why does that name sound super familiar?
He's just a great like singer-songwriter guy.
I thought you meant like personally.
I mean, I kind of did, but also musically.
Also, that's always such a panic moment because it's like,
do I?
What if he's listening? What if he's met me? What if I forgot? You know what I mean?
Sorry, Dylan. She didn't remember you.
Sorry, Dylan.
No, he's just in a similar world of music to you.
Cool.
Like really sweet, pure.
Yeah,
art.
I'll have to check it out.
I got to check him out. And I don't know. I was just thinking of him because I want him on the pod, but I want him to play, and I got to sort it out. You were just
trying to call it out so he'd hear.
Yeah, no, he knows. He listens.
Oh, Dylan.
Sometimes. Dylan, I love you.
Dylan, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Yeah, you should totally
Excuse
have him
me?
on. What? I didn't.
Excuse me?
I didn't say that.
I heard it. I heard it.
Imagine just thinking I could like have a secret moment to the camera.
Yeah. You can. You can. In editing, it'll look secret, even though I'm sitting right next to you.
No, people don't know.
They don't know how close. They do. There's a wide shot.
Shit.
So new record, potentially new tour.
Right. Well, I just got off, a tour, a headlining tour, which is my first headlining tour.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
How
it's really fun.
How was that? How many cities?
21.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So full like month out.
Were you in you had a bus?
No.
Van?
Sick. Yeah. It was great. It was, like really, really fun and just exhausting. But I don't know. I love performing, and like that was always the dream for me. So getting to do it every night, in my opinion, is just what more could you want?
Definitely.
So I got to do it for a month every night, and it was honestly all that I imagined it would be. It was super fun.
Awesome. And first headlining tour. Like, yeah. I do look at life pursuits. I mean, definitely in art, but I feel like for whatever you're pursuing in your life or whatever you're progressing in your life, there is no end goal. There is no finish line, except when you die. Right. There's no end to it. But I do try and look at like my pursuits as kind of just these next levels. Like, oh, I want to get to here. I want to get to here. And then try and like, while I'm still pursuing things, try and feel the joy of like I've made it to this new level. And that's one of first headlining tour, dude.
Totally. Yeah.
I'm sure you've dreamt about that for a long time. Yeah. I have yet to do one. That's still definitely like an experience I want.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, same. It was the same for me. It's like
see your name on the marquee.
Exactly. Yeah, so cool. And just again, like knowing that people took time out of their lives to like come watch me sing
in 21 cities
is like, a little bit crazy.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So I loved it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you exhausted though?
Yeah. Yeah. But like it's weird because you just kind of get used to the rhythm of it. You're like, okay, yeah, like once you do 3 shows in a row, you're kind of like, whew, okay. Yep, I can feel it. But then you have a day off and then you're like, all right, let's do it again. I don't know. feels like when that's what you want to do and that's like where you feel alive, like it's just kind of like, oh, I don't want to go home.
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
this is more exciting.
Yeah.
What a dynamic life.
Yeah.
New city, new show, doing what you love, fun people. Also,
isn't that kind of what you dream about
Yes.
when you want to be an artist?
Absolutely.
Like touring, playing, the adventure of it all. So tour just is very much, yeah, it's exhausting. Yeah, you're like eating bad food and you're like not in any sort of routine.
Yeah.
And you're driving in a van for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And you're just like, like you feel dead.
Yeah,
but
but also alive.
But also alive. More alive than you've ever been. No.
Yeah, well, also needing to show up like and be good. I think I kind of love that. I love when I have to.
Yeah.
I can't just be a slug, even if I feel like it. Like, no, my voice needs to be on.
Totally.
Like,
it weirdly does kind of give you structure.
Hell yeah.
Because you're like, I got to take care of my voice. I have to like sound check at this time. I have to look decent. I have to put my makeup on.
Yeah, that would be preferable.
But I guess
you don't have to.
Yeah. I could have done whatever I wanted.
Yeah, you could have worn whatever.
That's right. But yeah, so it does weirdly give structure as much as it is kind of like a new thing every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get there. I want to get on a tour at some point.
You will.
Hey.
Thanks. Look at me.
Hey.
You will.
Hey.
Hey.
How? What do I do,
well,
Caitlin?
You can't ask me that. Because didn't we say before that people who give you a formula are full of shit anyway?
That was why I asked.
Oh.
That was called a
that
callback.
Was called a callback, Caitlin. And you missed it.
Yep.
Damn it.
Come on, kid. Your comedy's slacking.
God, it's slacking.
Your sensitive singing is probably just sharp right now. But your comedy's
I got to get back.
Dull, kid.
Scott Fellows watching this. Like, what have you become?
Oh, I can't. I have to tell Scott I had you on. He's going to love it so much.
Oh, yeah. He will.
He loves all his kids.
He does.
He still looks at us as his kids.
Sweet Scott. That's a callback too.
Yeah.
I got it.
Oh. He's still
Scott, we're Scott's kids.
He still texts me like, don't get cocky.
Oh, he doesn't text me that. He's like, she's too far gone.
Yeah, she's too far gone.
She's in the clouds.
Yeah. Can't
never coming
pull
back.
that ego back in.
Exactly.
Damn.
We lost her. Lost another one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, thanks for not bringing your guitar. You know, I really thought you would perform today.
Well, I thought you'd ask me. So,
Jesus.
So you did. So obviously you don't really want to hear me sing. It's fine.
No, I've listened.
Yeah, I heard
it's
enough.
Fine.
Heard enough. Didn't really need to see it live.
No, truthfully, the first time I heard you sing, I forget what song it was, but I was moved because of that thing I talked about. Like, I was like, oh, you're really dropping in live. Like, it was, I forget what song it was, but it was just someone was posting like, this was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. It was just a quiet room and you like singing your fucking heart out. And I could tell the crowd was like just there with you. And I was like, oh, she's doing this. Like, she's bringing it live.
That's really nice.
It's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good out in the world. It's nice putting emotions out into the world.
Yeah,
thanks for doing it.
Oh, well, thanks.
My new shit, it's not emotions. It's just vibes.
That's important too.
I've moved on.
You got to have the vibes.
I've moved on.
Good.
Yeah.
Maybe I will too one day.
Yeah. DJ Caitlin Tarver.
Exactly.
KT.
I've all my emotions are out there. There's no more left.
Yeah. Yeah. Could that happen?
I guess maybe.
Damn.
The well is empty.
Who were you on tour with? Was it people you loved?
As in like last year or
like this headlining one? Like who was in the van with you?
Oh yeah. I mean I have a guitarist and a piano player and then a drummer.
Cool.
And then a tour manager. And then we had a content guy and he was filming and we were doing like vlogs.
In one van?
One van. So there was how many is that? 5?
Yeah,
including
5, 6.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of gear.
Merch.
How fun.
All of it. Yeah. So it was just just our little small crew.
Your little family.
We did a good job though. Like it's always, you never know what it's going to be like with that many people in a van. But we were all good about like, if we wanted to be quiet for like 6 hours straight, like it's not like everyone was like trying to have a conversation all the time. We could sit in silence pretty well.
That's key with people you travel with.
Yeah.
If you need to fill the space all the time.
I mean, That would be torture. Yeah. So yeah, I think we all did a pretty good job. I mean, it's like, by the end, you're hitting the point where you've been on the road for like almost 5 weeks and you're like, okay, yeah, like we can take a break. But like, I think if you would have kept going, like that's when it could like run into like clashes of, I don't know, just everyone clashes at some point.
For sure. Just being too close for too long. Yeah. Not enough space in a van with 6 people. No.
But luckily we would like, I sprung for like, enough hotel rooms that like we could all kind of get some alone time. And I think that was key.
It's so key.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a balance. It's all a balance with all that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't travel with everyone. So whoever I travel with eventually on a tour, I gotta love these people.
I'm very I was very lucky because they're like, oh, well, it's Caitlin's tour. She gets the bench to herself. She gets the nicer room.
That's right.
She never drives.
The treatment.
She doesn't have to load and unload. I mean, I was really
you were pampered,
milking it. Yeah, I was just kind of like, sorry guys, like I'm the star, so I have to protect my strength, my voice, and I just
my wrist. I cannot carry this.
And they're probably like, okay, well, you can't maybe grab like
your own guitar
stand every now and then.
Wow.
They'd probably maybe have a different answer if they were.
That's
on the
so funny. I'm just imagining asking them. Yeah, like how was it? And they're like, fucking Caitlin, dude.
An absolute diva, monster, nightmare. That could be true, but for me, I was like, they were great.
Everything was great.
Yeah. But it was good.
Yeah, that's even happened with Neds before. Where like I'm like, yeah, everything was great. Like some of my buddies from the show, like he's like, for you, He's like, I didn't know if I was coming back week to week. He's like, it was survival, man.
So
I was on edge. He's like, you had a contract, man.
So true.
He's like, I felt like I had to impress every time I was there.
Yes.
He's like, I was anxious every day. I was like, damn, bro. All right, chill, bro. Fucking relax.
My fault.
There were snacks, bro. Fucking chill.
Yeah. Can't be that bad.
Yeah, I wasn't going to fire you.
Yeah.
Fucking chill out.
Taking it out on me.
But I could have.
You could have. You could have had him gone.
I could have had him gone like that.
Second. So he was right.
He actually was.
And I could have fired my band. Wouldn't have been able to play the show.
Would have sabotaged your own show.
Would have definitely shot myself in the foot, but I could have done it.
You could have said, you took my bench in the van. Get out.
Get out.
Jared.
Go back to LA. Oh. You want to go back to LA.
Yeah.
You actually, it's more comfortable.
That's actually easy.
You could get another job tomorrow. Okay, well.
You're a great musician and could be hired by anybody.
You turned down other gigs for this. Huh, okay.
Fuck.
I actually have no power.
Yeah. No.
I need you, come back.
Yeah, please don't leave me.
I can't play the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Well, I hope you become a really big diva someday.
Me too.
Yeah, you haven't yet, but I'm hoping for that in your 30s. I hope you become a really big diva, okay? That's my wish for
Thank you so much. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever wanted for me.
Yeah.
It's the nicest thing.
I really want you to just be so confident in what you do.
So out of touch with reality.
Exactly.
That we can hardly have a conversation anymore.
Yeah, I really want.
So rich, wealthy. You're so out of touch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I really want that for you.
I want that for you too.
Thanks. Yeah.
Then we can still connect.
Yeah, then we can connect. Not with anyone else, but us at the top of the mountain.
Exactly.
Eating our fucking caviar, and we'll leave in separate helicopters. and judge everyone else. Man, everyone just doesn't get life, but we do.
We do, and we'll be like, they were wrong. It does make you happy.
They were wrong.
It solves everything, actually.
Everyone wanting something from me actually does make me happy. Everyone telling me yes to all of my wishes actually does make me happy.
Exactly.
The millions of followers and the money does make me happy.
It really does.
Well, I'll see you at the top, Caitlin.
I'll see you at the top, Devin.
And we'll look down on Kendall. We'll look down on him because he's not joining us there. And his little farm, his organic fucking beet farm.
Lugging up, he was like lugging stuff up
the
stairs. He was like, sorry, I'm out of breath.
He's going to think he's so happy just living that real life with his wife and kid and being in touch with nature.
He's so...
And we'll be getting so many followers on TikTok, and we'll just look down on him. Ha ha ha, Kendall. Enjoy your family, Kendall.
Enjoy your family, Kendall.
We're going to the Met Gala.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wearing an entire tree.
Wow. That's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm just going to wear a fig leaf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make me do another callback.
Thank you.
You get it?
All right, we're going to get out of here, Caitlin. But I like to leave our listeners with a piece of advice for growing up. Just words.
I knew you were going to ask me something like this.
Yep.
Haven't I said enough?
You have, but I like to finish it on just how what for anyone out there who's just feeling a little unmoored. Yeah, think about it.
Well, I don't know. I feel like kind of going back to what I said before, the only way out is through. All you can do is just feel what you feel, do the best you can, and know that it all has to be a part of it. And you learn and you take it with you to the next thing and then something else, and then you get through that. And it's so like, I don't know. I have a new song on the new album, and it's called One Without the Other. And it's kind of about this idea of like all the good and all the bad, like you were saying, it all got you to where you are, and you really can't have one without the other. And so, I don't know, I just think that is very true, and it doesn't necessarily give you like concrete advice on like what to do in a situation.
Yep.
But I think you just have to figure that out for yourself, and then you get to know. And that's the best advice I got.
I love it. It's truly great. And we'll all get to hear the song when it's out.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
This was
really fun. Really fun.
Really fun.
Had a great time.
Two Nickelodeon.
Just two Nick kids.
Fellows, two Nick kids.
Two Nick kids, singer people, making the dreams come true.
The big bad
world. Everyone go follow Caitlin Tarver. Go see her live so that you can remember that you're not alone in what you're going through and you can feel feelings. She's a very nice person on camera, but when this camera cuts, she's a total asshole.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then let's all listen to her new record, Quitter, that comes out February 9th.
Yes.
Thanks. We can do like a little post on growing up when it comes out.
Oh, that'd be very sweet.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Just part of the growing up fam.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me. Truly, this was really fun.
Oh. Playing footsie with you?
So, excuse me.
Well, see ya.
Oh my God.